Hi guys, today we are going to show you how to replace the 12-volt battery in Volvo XC40. In order to take it out, we'll first have to remove this plastic piece on top. We will also have to remove the air filter housing, since the battery slides out towards us. Besides that, we'll have to remove a number of connectors and clips, which we will show you in the video. First we will disconnect the negative terminal, the black one. It is located right here. We will disconnect the hose clamp. We'll use 7mm socket. Disconnect the mass flow sensor connector. Now we will disconnect the clip that holds the wire. Before we remove the air filter housing, we have to remove two latches on the side. Just use the flat screwdriver. There's one on this side and another one on the right. Now you'll be able to completely remove the whole assembly. Again, this is where we had to press right here on the sides in order to be able to remove it this way. Right here you can see the mass airflow sensor. Inside you can see the engine air filter. There are three plastic studs that hold the assembly in place. You also can see the rubber bushing right here, and there is one right here, one was right there, and another one right here. Because we removed our air intake, now we have to clean all the dirt. First of all, right here, carefully remove all the dust, dirt that you can see, and do the same thing on this end. Now we'll use 13mm socket to remove this cable. Make sure that your wrench doesn't touch any other metallic parts on the vehicle at this point. We still have to disconnect the plus. And now we'll use 10mm socket to remove the positive terminal. And the two more bolts on top of the battery. Now it will allow us to remove this block with fuses that sits on top of the battery. And you can disconnect this connector from the negative terminal. Now we'll use the rubber strap to secure this block, to have it away from the battery. Next we'll disconnect this connector that holds this wire. Next we'll use 8mm socket, remove 2 bolts. This will allow us to remove this bracket. Now we'll remove the belt. Now we will use 10mm socket to remove another bolt. This one secures the cable, which is partially in the way, and we need to remove one more plug.
Okay, it might work.
Now we have enough room to pull the battery out towards us. I'll show you guys how the original battery looks like. AGM technology, 12 volts, 70 amp hours, 760 cca or cold cranking amps. This is a VRLA/AGM battery, and if you guys replace one in your vehicle, you have to get the same type. This bracket that holds the battery can also be removed and put back in place like this. To install the battery, put this protective thing first, and then the battery goes back in. And now you guys can see why it was important to remove all these extra parts. This allows you to easily take it out and put it back in. Reinstall the cable. The bracket goes back. Don't forget about the spacers for the bolts. You have to use 8mm socket, and you might want to use the extension. It's just easier this way. We will apply dielectric silicone to both terminals. This will prevent the oxidation on the surface of the terminals. Now we will reinstall this block back in place. Keep in mind that now our positive terminal is already connected. We're using 8mm socket to tighten these two bolts. Use moderate effort here, do not over tighten them. We'll use the silicone also for this connection. And one more time, guys, we want to point out that since our plus terminal is currently connected, the red one, nothing should touch the negative terminal on the battery. Right now we will connect this cable. First we will reconnect this clip that holds it on the body of the battery, and now the cable itself. We are using 13mm socket here. Make sure that you push the terminal all the way down, and then we can tighten this bolt. And now we'll use the torque wrench as well. Torque is 6 Newton meters. Now we'll reinstall the engine air filter housing. First we'll transfer this rubber bushing to its place right here. The other two are already in there. Don't forget to remove the reg.
Now we have to align on 3 studs. Make sure that is ready to be snapped on, and just push it to the end, snap it on, and the air intake hose goes back.
Use 7mm socket to tighten the hose clamp. Reconnect the connector, and we can put the clip back in. Don't forget to connect this connector from our panel with fuses that goes to negative terminal. And now you can reinstall the negative terminal. And again, we're using 10mm socket, and we'll use the torque wrench. Torque is 6 Newton meters.